Welcome, and thank you for joining us today for this event on innovating, engaging, and transforming your digital experience. I think all of us in the communications industry can agree that these are exciting and challenging times with ongoing competitive disruption and many new opportunities to capitalize on. What we'll share with you today is Oracle's vision for the industry and how we can help you unlock these new opportunities with Oracle Digital Experience for Communications. We have a great lineup for this event today, which starts with some perspective from Jason Rutherford, and then he'll conduct conversations with some thought leaders from Accenture, Vodafone, and Oracle. So let's go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome Jason Rutherford.
Thanks, Gene. Hello and welcome. I'm Jason Rutherford, GM and SVP of Oracle Communications Applications. Today, I want to talk to you about the bold new digital world we are entering as a communications industry and how Oracle can help these service providers capitalize on new opportunities with our digital experience for communications. Today, we are seeing the communications industry change as carriers continue to fight their competition, who I call the digital disruptors. This is forcing our industry to become more data-driven, relying more and more on AI and machine learning. It's also causing CSPs to become more focused on customer experience and how they interact with their customers via a common interface, no matter how or when the customer chooses to engage. Furthermore, we see the industry rolling out 5G and trying to figure out how to monetize it. There's no doubt that this will force our customers to do more in real time in order to support these emerging business models. The great news is that Oracle is better positioned than ever to do this with a combination of our CX, OSS, BSS, and network offerings. As we talk through some of the themes today, I'll bring in a few customer stories to illustrate how some innovative service providers are bringing the bold new digital world to life. A couple of weeks ago, I had the opportunity to give a keynote address for TM Forum's Digital Transformation World, together with Nikos Angelopoulos, the group CIO of MTN. And we talked a lot about this idea of a bold new digital world. MTN is rated as the most admired African brand in 2020. And I think it's because of their incredible commitment to customer experience and to enabling people across Africa to build a modern, connected life and benefit from what our industry provides. MTN today serves more than 260 million customers across 21 markets and offers services ranging from voice and data to financial services and music. And they have begun launching 5G. Their mobile money service is effectively one of the largest banks in Africa with more than 40 million active users. And it makes it easy for customers to make purchases and to use charging wallets to send money back to their families, whether they are in cities or in rural villages. MTN provides a super app that unifies many digital services into a seamless customer experience. Nico said, and I quote, "We strive for holistic and integrated experiences and to enable our customers to move from one experience to another in an easy, seamless way. We tear down silos and we use a vast amount of data across our business. We digitize everything we can to make it engaging and frictionless to interact with us," end of quote. The net effect of this is that MTN is growing their business in both voice and data. Today, I'm excited to announce Oracle Digital Experience for Communications, also known as DX4C. This is an integrated set of Oracle front and back office applications built specifically for communications, media, and entertainment industry companies to help them innovate, engage, and transform in the digital and 5G world. We built DX4C in a joint effort between our communications application business unit and the customer experience teams. Joint development teams, product management, go-to-market, and field efforts have delivered digital experience for communications with the deep industry expertise, our communications applications business unit, and deep customer experience expertise from CX. We can help CSPs innovate by helping them to quickly spin up new 5G-enabled B2B2X business models, enabling new digital experiences like Digital Assistant, and providing agent experiences to deliver smarter, more tailored customer care. We help our customers engage by bringing to life personalized offers using digital profiles, what some call phygital, being data-driven, providing conversational digital commerce, and delivering contextual agent support for service or buying. And we help CSPs transform by allowing them to leverage mission-critical back-office systems as the foundation for transformation, delivering API-first open digital architecture to maximize agility and transformation, and providing a seamless transition from their existing Oracle and/or Siebel or third-party systems to a way of the future. This is a time for our customers to be bold and not just tweak their systems around the edges. One customer that has brought this Be Bold strategy to life is Vodafone. Lester Thomas, their chief architect, is quoted as saying, "We're not doing this transformation to drive incremental improvement in our operations. We're targeting to have a step change in how we operate our telco software. I'm talking about at least 10 times improvement in operational efficiency through automating operations and standardizations." This is exactly the type of operational change that we are looking to deliver. I believe that DX4C has unparalleled functional breadth and depth, unlike any other solution currently available in the market. We do this by automating and integrating the entire concept to cash process. First, we help define and launch the offer. Then we move to market it via personalized marketing. Next, we provide a true omni-channel experience for both buying and care. Then we have to fulfill both products and services, including network provisioning. And last but not least, we provide for the charging and monetization of the service. And all of this is delivered on an API-first open digital architecture that follows the industry standard as defined by the Telemanagement Forum. Now I'll give you a quick look at how all this works. Prior to the pandemic, I used to be in the office all the time, but post-lockdown, I tried to escape the city and work remotely. The downside is that in the city, we have all this great internet access. And sadly, out in the countryside, that's not the case. It's hard to be in meetings and on Zoom, and my family is, well, frustrated. My contract with my telco, Supremo, is nearly up, and I'm considering my options. This is the typical renewal email I'd get. And if they sent me this today, I would be done. I'm most likely headed to a competitor to find a new deal. Luckily, Supremo is using Oracle's DX4C, and they're smart enough to suppress this email and create a better journey for me. Let me show you what that looks like when we connect data so that the marketing and commerce seamlessly flow into fulfillment and real-time charging and monetization. It starts with the service provider using all the great signal data we've been providing them to delight me with a service I didn't know about. Who knew they had gone from 3G to 5G as everyone heads out to the mountains? Using our industry buying experience with Intelligent Advisor, we can easily guide customers through a configuration and buying process. The offer moves between channels and the complexity of upgrades, line changes, and service updates is minimized. I'm now really happy with this and appreciate the commitment on pricing to keep me as a customer. Once my phones have arrived, I'm likely to lose my teenager to screen time again, but at least we'll all get our work done during the day. And here I am with my new 5G phone where I can see all of my services. Now let's take a brief look at some of the Oracle technology that powers this experience. This is DX4C Launch, which really simplifies the challenges of creating an offer that spans many back-end systems. You'll see it's built using Oracle's Redwood user experience. DX4C Launch helps a business user quickly bring new offers to market. Redwood is all about guided, thoughtful experiences. Here you see how market segments are created using first-party data, as well as intelligent attributes calculated to apply real-time context. In this case, the segment targets high-revenue customers, such as myself, with multiple lines experiencing downward quality trends that are in 5G coverage areas. Activating the segment takes just a few clicks. Here we are using the marketing orchestration capabilities of DX4C to suppress, optimize, and engage customers based on their digital and physical profile. We saw this come through on my email, and using DX4C, the service provider can engage me using other channels I may prefer, like a mobile app. Once I place the order, the details flow automatically to the fulfillment solution, which activates my service on the 5G network and orchestrates the shipment of my new phones. As I use my service, you can see on the left my call flows on the 5G network that are charged in real time. I can get a notification on my handset if I reach a threshold, like 80% of my data limit, and I can even be prompted to buy more data or upgrade my service. On the right side, you see that this 5G converged charging is operating in a cloud-native environment, and pods are automatically scaling in response to changes in demand. Last, if I have questions about my bill or payments or anything else, I can either use a digital assistant or contact an agent who will use the intelligent 360 dashboard to quickly help me. As a result of this, I've had a much better journey and a seamless experience with Supremo, so I can enjoy my time in the country. I'd now like to highlight one customer who is taking this journey with us and serving as a strategic design partner for DX4C. Swisscom is the communications market leader in Switzerland and is incredibly focused on delivering the best customer experience through any channel. As the market leader, they have about 80% market share. So the primary way they can increase revenue is by identifying and delivering new digital services for their customers, both B2C and B2B. One of Swisscom's primary objectives is to be viewed as being easy to do business with. This philosophy doesn't just extend externally to its customers, where they're focused on increasing and improving customer interactions, but also internally through operational efficiency. In a recent discussion with Alex Mori, head of strategy at Swisscom, Alex stated that the transformation Swisscom is undergoing is comprehensive, including not only the network, B2B and B2C, but also transformation around their employees and workforce with the goal of being fully agile. We are, of course, simultaneously driving operational excellence and efficiency to reduce their costs, leveraging agility and rich functionality of DX4C to help them deliver on their transformational goals. I'd like to conclude by summarizing what makes DX4C uniquely suited to help with a transformation. First, it's based on experiences. It's based on Oracle's Redwood user paradigm and provides the tools to easily design and deliver experiences. Conversational UIs and intelligent search provide the benefits of a digital-first experience. And as we talked about earlier, the industry fabric provides the tools to quickly innovate at the experience level. Second, it is built specifically for the needs of the communications industry, taking into account specific requirements of complex, long-lived orders, digital channels, and real-time charging, massive scalability, and more. We are using and contributing back to the TM Forum open APIs and building on a strong heritage of leadership in this industry. Currently, we have certified more APIs than any other ISV in the industry. Next, this is a complete solution marrying back office and front office capabilities. Many software providers only deliver a portion of the stack, whereas we have integrated these components so that, for example, the billing system surfaces relevant data into the care experience, and the launch experience publishes to sales catalogs and the billing system. Our adherence to the TMF Forum open digital architecture through our industry fabric makes DX4C very easy to adopt. We can coexist with existing solutions and provide customers with the flexibility to transform at their own pace. Last but not least, we offer simple and flexible consumption, whereby the experiences each contain all core functional needs and are delivered by Oracle to the customer as a service. All of this combines to provide an entirely new cloud solution that can enable CSPs to innovate, engage, and transform their business for the experience economy. This is obviously very exciting for Oracle and our customers. I'm going to send it back to Gene now, but please stay tuned as we have a great lineup ahead.
Great. Thanks for sharing that overview and demo, Jason. We're glad to see you're up and running with 5G in the mountains. Next, I'm pleased to welcome Andrea Cesarini to join you from Accenture. Andrea leads Accenture's full Oracle practice across Europe, and he's a very well-known figure in the communications industry, respected by service providers across the region. Let's turn it over now to your conversation with Andrea. Welcome, Andrea.
Hey, Andrea, it's great to see you again. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with me about some industry trends. And the first question I'd like to ask you is, you obviously have your finger on the pulse of what's going on in the communications industry, and you spend a lot of time talking to communications industry customers. What's keeping your customers up at night? What are some of the tough challenges they are trying to solve through digital experience?
Thanks, Jason. First of all, great to be with you today, and this is a great question. In this new normal that we call a never normal, all the business leaders are under pressure to drive their business on daily, weekly, monthly basis. We are living in a situation where customer experience, resilience, and trust are the new currency. We have some good news for us. The fact that the CSP demonstrated to be resilient as the market cap trend shown us. But this is not a surprise to us. Telco have been always, historically, at the forefront of technology adoption, and there is a high correlation between technology adoption and resilience. And with the material investment made with regards of 5G, fiber and IoT, they are becoming even important than ever as pivot for enabling more complex and sophisticated ecosystem. With regards of today, we can also say that the pandemic has actually given to telco a further acceleration in migrated the processing platform to new system in order to accelerate the time to market of 5G enabled services. But not only, expectations on technology are increasing, and the reason are that consumer lives are changing and digitalization accelerate. Therefore, technology and the business that shape it are more intertwined than in the past with the customer lives. As a person, as individual, we are socializing virtually, we are working remotely, and the digital channel that we are using more are creating a customer experience that are now more important. And in terms of acceleration of the digitalization, what we have observed that what happened in 3-6 months was expected to take place over 10 years. So I think that we should consider one element for the CSP, which is we are at the crossroad. So CSP need to have a balancing act. They need to balance the outcome of today with the innovation for tomorrow and invest accordingly. The moment is now.
I couldn't agree with you more, Andrea. And it's very clear that the pandemic has forced acceleration on all of our customers. And you've just talked about how we've probably accelerated 10 years in the past 6 months. So if I gave you a crystal ball, which I know is a very tough question here, but if I gave you a crystal ball, fast forward 3 years, how have service providers changed, and how will consumers and businesses interact with them differently than they are today?
I would love to have a crystal ball, but this is actually a great question, and is bring us back to our keynote in San Francisco at the Oracle Open World. If you remind, we envision for the CSP, they need to reinvent their role within and beyond the industry boundaries to become pivotal for new and innovative value chain. And actually, we call them potential digital marketplace. So if I have the ability to fast forwarding of 3 years, I can see this vision realize. This context push forward for the need of such change and actually is accelerating the timeline. Telco will monetize the material investment made on 5G, IoT, leveraging on their control point, and they will play as a multi-sided platform for B2C, but also as a connected industry orchestrator for B2B. And in doing this, they will leverage the specificity of 5G network are designed for. Keywords remain still the same and are interoperability, innovation in shaping new products and services, and aggregating players upon new ecosystem plays. This will help the telco to taking a notably share of for the transformation of other industry enabled by 5G and accelerating their ROI.
So Andrea, we've known each other for a very long time, and Accenture is a very important partner to Oracle across our portfolio, but especially now with DX4C. Why are you invested in this solution, and how do you think it will help your clients address some of the challenges they're facing today?
Let me say that Oracle is really an important partner to us. So, and I think we both believe on one specific thing, so that leading the future will demand rethink core assumption on how the enterprise works and what are the intersection between technology and people life. And corporate investment need to mirror the new ways of living for customer and fulfill what is now the new normal and what today is considered as basic digital capability that were completely different from 6-7 months ago. So everything should need and start with a big H, the human factor. And we really believe that the X4C is the play that the telco were looking for a while. So is our bet to address the need to provide to customer with an end-to-end customer experience, to provide to the consumer and the B2B customer with an AI-driven, conversational, insight-driven, omni-channel customer experience. And as Accenture, we are jointly investing with you in order to define and create accelerator that will help our client to navigate the uncertainty, which is actually the current problem. As we said at the beginning, a balancing act is needed, but also to accelerate the path to value. And as I like to end our conversation, I really believe that Accenture and Oracle together are greater than ever.
Thanks, Andrea. I really appreciate you joining me today and sharing your insights. It's always good to connect, and I look forward to seeing you in person in the very near future.
Thanks, Andrea, for sharing your perspectives on the industry and the opportunities ahead. Next, I'd like to welcome Preetham Shetty of Oracle, Group Vice President of Products for CX Industry, to join Jason. Preetham leads the organization responsible for developing DX4C, and he has a really interesting background when it comes to using data to make personalized recommendations. Preetham, welcome.
Hey, Preetham, thanks for joining us today. We've been discussing the business benefits of DX4C. I'm really interested in hearing from you about the way you designed this solution so that the architecture enables us to deliver those benefits and allows our customers to achieve true transformation. For example, we're talking a lot here today about innovating with new digital experiences, but we all know that most service providers have existing systems that are mission critical and make it hard to innovate. This is a real challenge for service providers.
Yes, it is. You talked earlier about helping service providers to innovate, engage, and transform. So I'd like to discuss a couple of design principles we have employed to make that possible with DX4C. As you said, one of the biggest challenges our customers face is how to be agile and respond quickly to new innovations, while simultaneously ensuring that they have a robust, scalable systems that power their communication businesses. Every CSP today has a multitude of mission-critical systems of record. These applications handling everything from charging for service to fulfilling an order. These systems are deeply entrenched, so they tend to evolve in a very careful, risk-averse manner over long time frames. At the same time, service providers have systems that provide customers or employee-facing experiences. They need the agility to create and tailor these experiences frequently. For example, a service provider may want to create a new agent desktop experience, or a new digital assistant skill, or a new AI-based recommendations. Historically, service providers have been constrained by the inability to change these experiences without impacting their underlying systems. The two have been traditionally quite tightly coupled. Meanwhile, their web scale and over-the-top competitors don't have these constraints. They have quickly rolled out new experiences and in many cases disrupted service providers, revenue streams, and profit margins.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear that a lot when I'm talking with our customers, and I know that agility is a very important requirement to them. So tell me, how are you solving that with DX4C?
We are addressing this fundamental challenge by decoupling the experience layer from the system of record. So DX4C delivers a much greater IT and business agility. This enables service providers to change experiences at digital speed, while systems of record may evolve at their own time frame. No need to rip and replace. Reap the benefits of modern experience while leveraging the existing systems. We are architecting DX4C in alignment with the TM Forum Open Digital Architecture and leveraging the open APIs. TM Forum has defined more than 50 APIs that expose the systems of record and facilitate interoperability. Oracle currently ranks #1 on the TM Forum leaderboard for certifying open APIs, and we're continuing to invest in this area so our customers get the benefit of agility and interoperability. Another key benefit, the way we have architected, allows the customers to get the full value of the existing system while still being able to take advantage of the new innovations. For example, Siebel customers can coexist with DX4C, leveraging their current investments, at the same time quickly modernizing digital experience capabilities.
So Preetham, your background is super interesting, and not many people know, but you are the guy who built the recommendation capabilities of Netflix. And I've even seen that Emmy statue that you have in your office. So I guess it's fair to say you're bringing that know-how and that focus of ease of use to the communications industry with digital experience for communications.
Yes, I'm really passionate about the use of data to uncover insights and make connections. I've had some really great opportunities to do this in my career. There is no better place than Oracle to bring data and AI. So I'd like to tell you how we are approaching data in digital experience for communication to help customers obtain real-time intelligence and recommendation. The first step is bringing together transactions and profile data that today is stored in separate silos across the enterprise. We talked a moment ago about CSPs, all many different systems of record and systems of engagement. The management of data across all these systems is very complex when you consider customer data, product data, order data, asset data. So Oracle is able to bring all the data together, cleanse, standardize, normalize the data across enterprise using industry standard data models. With built-in data mastering capabilities within DX4C to receive data, validate data, and broadcast the updates to all applications that have been configured to receive that type of data. This ensures that data is both accurate and consistent across all participating applications. In the first step, we also bring consumer behavioral data, the real-time interactions that end customers are having with your digital channels, web, mobile apps, in-store kiosks, point of sale systems, and stream this data into Oracle solutions in real time. This has not been possible in the past, but with the power of Oracle's cloud, we are able to capture and analyze this data in real time.
So Preetham, I know that talking with our customers, that bringing this data together is really everyone's goal. And it makes complete sense. We're bringing data together from all these sources across the business. So then what happens?
Yes. Once we have this comprehensive, accurate, and real-time customer and business data together, in our second step, we can apply intelligence. For example, AI ML, we can pre-calculate individual customer propensity to renew or a lifetime customer value in order to drive the next customer engagement. We can segment the customer into highly specific targeted campaigns. For example, a high-value multi-product subscriber with recent service outages. Or we can trigger individual recommendations or offer a service engagement based on detecting, example, frequent internet speed tests or customer browsing a premium streaming content package. all of these algorithms are tunable by Oracle, our partners, or our customers. This is really exciting set of capabilities. We are now truly unified the customer view, unified the customer assets, orders, and products. Truly, we have created a unified view of the business, where AI and ML can make the experiences smarter, more personalized, and relevant by providing the best-in-class business insights and recommendation. Jason, is there an equivalent of an Emmy in the communication industry?
Preetham, I don't know, but if there is, I think we would win it. Thanks again for joining me today. I really appreciate it, and we'll be hearing from you again soon.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, Preetham. And it's really great to hear about the unique approach you're taking to designing DX4C to deliver these key benefits of agility and personalized engagement and recommendations. Next, Jason will be joined by George Jacob of Oracle, Group Vice President of CRM Applications. George has been the face of Siebel for many years and is well known by our hundreds of Siebel customers all around the world. He'll be talking with Jason about the path ahead for Siebel customers to DX4C. Welcome, George.
So George, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time. And as you know, we are so fortunate to have so many Siebel customers in the communications industry all around the world. And most of them have been with us for a very long time. And they use Siebel for an array of mission critical functions with very demanding workloads. I was hoping you could share with these customers your thoughts on why DX4C is the best path forward for their evolution and why Oracle is uniquely equipped to deliver such a compelling digital future. What are the benefits they will gain?
Sure, Jason. I think they fall into probably three broad categories. One is agility. The other one is reduction of cost and risk. And then the third is the movement towards a standards-based architecture, which is really what every one of our customers is looking for. So under agility, of course, the customers both get to keep everything that they have in Siebel already. They don't have to go back and rebuild it and scratch their heads as to why their current system is the way it is. But beyond that, they can immediately start getting the benefits of the new CX innovations that we have, be they in specific applications, cloud-ready interaction channels, big data, or machine learning. So they're getting the best of both worlds, what they've already built, we have already built, and moving directly from that point on forward. In terms of cost and risk, of course, they are not changing anything. So there's no rebuild cost or reinvention of the wheel, if you will. And they're reducing their risk, they're reducing their internal disruption because everybody knows exactly how the system works. And then finally, probably most importantly in today's world where things are changing so quickly, what Oracle is doing in particular is focusing on the TMF standards, the open APIs and open digital architecture, to make sure that our DX4C solution, which includes Siebel, but includes a whole host of other applications, is really pointed at something that is plug and play, which is what enterprises need in the first place, and then furthers agility again.
So that's great news for all of our Siebel customers out there, but we have to put our toe in the water and start somewhere. So how do you encourage these customers to think about this and to start the journey with us?
I think the easiest way we see it happening is by focusing on the data. So starting out with Siebel, which is frequently the customer master. For the front office is often the product catalog and order master as well, has all the asset data. Start out with that and then start layering on different aspects of DX4C. So start perhaps with the product catalog where we've recognized that there are opportunities to speed the product offer process through the launch experience in DX4C. Then perhaps once you've got launch and of course the data in DX4C and in Siebel, move perhaps to the care experience, where care focuses not only on the order information, which is in Siebel, but also billing, which is a broader offering as part of DX4C. And then finally, look at an omni-channel end-to-end order management system, which is ultimately where DX4C is headed. So that's one, what we see as possibly the most meaningful thing, starting with the data, going with the easier pieces, if you will, from a logic perspective, and then moving towards the full solution.
Got it. Got it. I think that makes complete sense. And obviously, we're here for these customers that want to have a conversation about how to begin that journey and a little bit deeper understanding of where to begin. So, and we'd love to hear from them. George, thank you so much for your time. It was great connecting, and we'll see you real soon.
All right. Thank you, Jason. My pleasure.
Thanks, George. And that was really great to hear how Siebel customers can take advantage of all of the benefits of DX4C. Moving on to our final conversation, we're really excited to welcome Carlos Valero from Vodafone Group, who leads IT strategy and architecture across Vodafone's global network of operating companies. Carlos is a longtime Oracle customer and a thought leader when it comes to digital transformation. So we look forward to hearing firsthand a service provider's perspective on the opportunities ahead for our industry. Thanks for joining us, Carlos, and welcome.
Carlos, thanks for joining me. It's always good to see you, and I appreciate you taking time out to be with us today. You have a really intriguing Tech 2025 strategy with KPIs around driving digital engagement with your customers, including increasing sales via the digital channel, increasing contact via digital agents, and reducing cost of care. Can you tell us a little bit about your overall business strategy and where you want to go in the coming years in terms of digital, and how your tech strategy supports that vision?
First of all, thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to spend some time with you and the Oracle team. And yes, so this is a journey we actually started about a couple of years ago. So beginning of 2019, our CEO, Nick Reed, established a strategy to become or to change from being a traditional telco to becoming a technology communications company. And that is because our current business needs to evolve. So we already know that our current core business is not going to grow that much, okay, and therefore we need to move into adjacent areas to our core business. And we need to transform ourselves, and we need to transform ourselves in different ways. So first of all, we need to transform ourselves from a cultural perspective and a culture. We have a big transformation program for the whole company called Spirit, in which we are trying really to embed new ways of working, new ways of doing. So that's the first one. The second one is all around digital and how we become I'm not going to say a digital only, but at least a digital first company in terms of how we deliver new products and services to our customers. And third one is about operational excellence, efficiency. Okay, so those are the main three pillars of our strategy, and there are a number of enablers to actually achieve that. So 5G is probably one of the main enablers for that, and how the current business models and the way we do business with our customers, with our partners, is going to evolve with 5G. Then a number of things around data and the way we use data. We are one of the industries, and Vodafone, of course, being there, is one of the companies with who has access to a vast amount of data, and we need to use that data properly in terms of giving it back to our customers in a much improved customer experience, monetizing that data, and all of that, and that being done on the maximum security and privacy to our customers. And then there's another big enabler, which is to become a platform company, okay, and have a scale platforms and to really become a true global player. So those would be, in a very summarized way, the business drivers of our transformation to become a technology communications company. And the way what you have just described is true. So a few months after our CEO established our new business strategy, we worked on our technology 2025 strategy, which is again is centered around three main pillars. The first one being the cultural transformation. As a technology company, we've been asked to lead this transformation. Becoming a technology communication company means that technology needs to be on the driver's seat of this transformation, and therefore our whole technology community needs to lead that cultural transformation. The second one is how do we enable to become really a true global player through the creation of platforms, and platform business is one of the main drivers of our strategy. And the third one is around software engineering. Okay? So to become a technology communications company, software engineering is one of the main drivers. And we have established a very ambitious target, which is 50% of our overall technology workforce, which is around 25,000 people worldwide, will become software engineers by 2025. So this talks about how serious we're taking this transformation, how decided we are to really transform Vodafone into a complete new company.
Great, Carlos. So you talked about the platform, and I know that that Vodafone at a group level has really embraced the DevOps way of working. Can you talk to us a little bit about how that journey has been so far and the benefits that you're getting from deploying cloud native solutions?
Yeah, so we started the journey a couple of years ago, and definitely. So we're seeing, and especially we've taken an approach which is focused on what we've called our digital experience layer. So everything that it's touching the customer is where we're putting all the focus to build true cloud native applications and to organize ourselves around a new operating model, or a new operating model that we started with agile practices. We created what we call the digital acceleration units in all of our operating companies across the world. And that's where we're putting a lot of the focus. Okay, to concentrate our efforts on building new software that it's leveraging all the available technologies, cloud native. We have started also to build all our software in containers, and we are concentrating all those efforts in basically our channels and all of our digital channels, whether it's retail, whether it's call centers, whether it's through chatbots, etc. And that's where we're putting most of our focus. And we have a clear target that by 2025 we would like around 60% of our applications to be truly cloud native. We have a more ambitious target for our cloud target, which is around 80 to 90% of our applications should be in the cloud, whether it's private cloud or public cloud. And out of that, around 60% should be cloud native. And for a traditional telco, believe me that this is a big challenge that we have ahead of us. Seeing that we still have, as part of our assets, software infrastructure that it's more than 20, 25 years old in some cases.
So let's switch gears a little bit here. So Oracle is pleased to be working with Vodafone on the telemanagement forum business operations system Catalyst. And that's really all about the open digital architecture and the use of open APIs. As part of that, we've made really good progress together on using those APIs to drive interoperability between systems. Can you tell us a little bit about Vodafone's perspective on the ODA and how you see it delivering business benefits?
Definitely. So we're really pleased because we've been since the very beginning one of the companies that have been supporting the TMF to what we consider to be the two main initiatives in terms of standardization in the industry. One is the Open API initiative which we co-created with the Telemanagement Forum and other TMF members, including Oracle. And then the open digital architecture, that's the second one, which we're very active. So we're very pleased to see that Oracle has embraced already for some time the two initiatives that we are adhering to, and we are banging every single day inside Vodafone for everyone who's doing development to align to the open API standards. And since a few months ago, we have redefined our target architecture aligned to the open digital architecture. Actually, we have branded that for Vodafone, and we have created what we call VODA, which is Vodafone Open Digital Architecture aligned to that. And from the conversations and all the work we are doing with Oracle, I see that the two strategies, the product strategy that Oracle has defined and is working on, and Vodafone strategy is well aligned into that direction. So I'm really pleased. And some of the things that we really think that it's going to bring a complete different view into the architecture with ODA, first of all, is the openness. Okay, so having a true open ecosystem, that's where we're heading. That's one thing. Second, based on industry standards, that's the other thing. And third, which is around the ability to integrate and interact with different partners, okay, and different solutions. So we're not going to see a full architecture that it's coming from one partner or one vendor. In such, for example, in Vodafone, but the ability to integrate different components. And this is something that, for example, we're doing very well with you guys in some of our markets and some of our global units. And we can talk about some of that now. Okay, what are the experiences that we have around? But those would be the highlights of the two main initiatives, where I think that definitely Oracle is heading in the right direction, because we are also heading in that direction, and therefore we're well aligned.
Yeah, that's great, and we're very committed to that ODA. And right now we're the leader in certifying APIs, so we'll continue to work with you on that. So our companies have had a long relationship, and we're very, very proud to support a number of aspects of your business. Could you share with us some recent successes that we've had, and how do you see the relationship evolving as you progress on your Tech 2025 strategy?
As I said before, we are working with a number of partners on different areas of our business. But if I were to reflect on what has been some of the most relevant initiatives we've done together with Oracle, for example, I would highlight one, which is one of our, when I was talking before about new business model in adjacent areas to our traditional connectivity business, one of them is IoT. Okay, and that's where Vodafone it's the number one in the world in terms of connections around IoT, and Oracle is in the heart of the technology we use for IoT. We have a highly customized solution for our IoT technology, but some of the core components like mediation or billing is actually based in Oracle technology. And we are piloting, and we are in the process of taking the advantage of all the recent developments that have happened in this area from Oracle, moving those components into the latest versions and moving it to OCI. And this is one example where Oracle is at the heart, not only of one of our top business areas, okay, but at the heart, from a technology perspective, at the heart of what we do. The other example that I can highlight is in Vodafone UK, which is our, I would say, our home market, Vodafone UK. The relationship of Vodafone UK and Oracle has been there for many, many years, and actually is one of the operating companies where we use extensively a range of Oracle products, okay, from the OSS and driving the deployment of the 5G our network and how the OSS are dealing with that, but also on the billing side, on the orchestration side. So a number of some of the core components of our IT and OSS architecture in the UK are already leveraging a lot of the latest applications and versions of some of the traditional, I would say, software components coming from Oracle. We're heavily migrating to OCI, and we're starting to see how some of the benefits of moving it to the cloud, especially on OCI, where we can benefit from a number of the latest developments that Oracle has released, like Autonomous and many other things.
Well, Carlos, I really want to thank you for joining me today and sharing your insights. It's always good to catch up, and we look forward to a very successful relationship moving forward here. So thanks again, and be well.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. I think it's a great opportunity, and I encourage the whole Oracle team to keep on working on that same with that same energy level and passion that we always see in Oracle. Okay, I think that we have a great future ahead of us, and if we keep having this alignment continuously between the two companies, I think that we will have a great future, and I am sure that you will be able to support all these challenging objectives that we have set ourselves with. Thank you, Jason.
Happy to do it, and couldn't agree more. I'd like to conclude by thanking all of our speakers for sharing their views on the challenges and opportunities ahead for the communications industry, and how Oracle can help address those with digital experience for communications. And I'd like to thank all of you for joining us here today. We look forward to continuing the conversation with you. If you're an existing Siebel customer, feel free to take the Siebel Innovation Survey. If you're a new or existing Oracle customer, request a workshop or ask us a question. And if you would like more information, please feel free to visit us online. Thanks again for joining us today, and I hope you have a good day.